guys! Today I'm going to review Late Night with the Devil.
Subject of the book, Conversations with the Devil.
I really don't think it's a good idea, Jack. She's becoming more unpredictable.
That's a good thing. That's why we still do live TV. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for a live television first as we attempt to commune with the devil.
Late Night with the Devil. It was written, directed and edited by the brothers Colin and Cairnes. The film incorporates elements of the found footage subgenre and it's set on Halloween in 1977. The music was by Glenn Richards and Roscoe James Irwin. It runs 95 minutes and made 15.5 million back. It also received positive reviews and even Stephen King liked it. The film was shot in Melbourne, Australia, and it incorporates practical special effects, puppetry, and digital effects. The film stars David Dastmalchian, Laura Gordon, and Ingrid Torelli. The film follows the events of a late-night talk show episode aired on the night of Halloween in 1977, during which the host attempts to boost ratings by inviting a possessed girl onto the show. So it's all set in 1977 Halloween night. And David Dastmalchian plays Jack, who's trying to get ratings on his TV show because he's trying to beat Johnny Carson, who's got higher ratings. So he's desperate to get higher ratings to save the TV show that he's doing, a live chat show. So in his desperation, he tries to get this girl who's supposed to be possessed. There's a woman wrote a book on her. So he's trying to do a live exorcism on telly to boost his ratings. So it's a really unique film, this. You get the first 8 minutes kind of giving you a history of Jack and about his ratings going down. And then it goes on about this tragedy that's happened, and they've got the broadcast, the episode. So when you watch the film proper, it's like watching a TV episode from start to finish.
Now, here's Mr. Midnight, Jack Darrow! Oh, good evening, night owls, and thank you for allowing me into your living rooms once again.
And you know something bad's going to happen. And it's good because during the ad breaks, you get black and white footage of behind the scenes. So every time there's an ad break, it turns black and white and you get all this behind the scenes footage where there's a bit of chaos going on. So all this is done to make the audience believe they're watching a found footage episode. So it's really well done, actually. It's kind of like almost like watching a band TV episode. And when the found footage subgenre's done well, it's actually quite good. There's a lot of good things being done. Ghost Watch, the Blair Witch Project, which gets a lot of stick, but I like it. There's the paranormal activity films, so it can be quite effective. And I think this film's a lot like Ghost Watch. That came out in 1992, a BBC production. So I thought David Dastmalchian was great in this, playing the TV host. At times he's funny, because he's desperate to get ratings, and you can see the desperation in him. And there's also quite dramatic moments where it's quite sad, actually, where his wife dies of cancer. And you know he's really desperate to beat Johnny Carson in the ratings.
Lily, I understand that you have a name for this thing that lives inside of you.
Mm-hmm. I call him Mr. Wriggles.
And why do you call him that?
Hey, Phil, you're like that bugger. Why is that Bones? Why, you think you're on a bloody TV show, I think, when you do these bloody reviews. And he's so desperate that he goes to this grove place where they pray to an owl. And it's based on the Bohemian Grove. It's an actual place where the elite go. The Bohemian Grove is a restricted 2,700-acre campground in Monterey, California. It was founded in 1878 and belongs to a private gentleman's club known as the Bohemian Club. In mid-July each year, the Bohemian Grove hosts more than a 2-week encampment for some of the most prominent men in the world. These elite buggers go to the bloody Bohemian Grove place. Sick buggers. Running around with bloody knout on and with bloody young lasses. Praying to a fucking owl. Hey, yeah. Fancy booking a flight, Phil? So it kind of explains the weird ending as well, that he's almost sort of giving his soul away to get ratings. And that kind of explains all the weird stuff at the end. So the strength of this production's the actual, with it being based on a TV live show, you actually get acts. There's kind of like 3 acts. The first one's good, a medium that's trying to make contact with the audience, and you can tell he's just guessing to start with.
Minnie! Does anyone here know a Minnie? Please accept!
Does this name mean anything to anyone in the studio? No? Perhaps a name that sounds like Minnie. Maybe it's like a Millie or a Mandy. Perhaps.
I had a great Aunt Molly.
It's Minnie!
But he does hit on someone at the end. And it reminds me a lot of a TV show that I thought was actually quite disturbing at the time. It was called Friday Alive. And this is actually true, that they got a medium called Doris Stokes. And she was there doing stuff like this. And it was quite disturbing, actually. I remember as a kid watching it. And it was a bit similar to this, Late Night with the Devil. Hey, Phil, all them bloody mediums are fake. They're just bloody guessing, hoping they hit on the right bloody word. Then you get this skeptic. He's saying everything's rubbish. And he's also a hypnotist. He's a funny character, saying everything's... he's like, has an explanation for everything. Then the final act is when they get the possessed girl on.
Speak.
You know who I am, Doctor?
Please.
And she's actually quite good. There's quite a few eerie moments where she can't take her eyes off the camera. She's like staring at the camera. And that's actually quite eerie because it feels like she's actually looking at you. Another good thing about this production is the actual set design. It looks exactly like these TV chat shows in the 70s looked like. Kind of like variety acts that they get singers on, and you have the band in the background. Really authentic and really well done. And the costume design's great. Very 70s, bit like mine. However, the film does have its flaws. The last act's disappointing. It goes too over the top. The film's actually funnier than I expected. I think it worked more as a comedy than it did a horror film. I found it quite amusing. And even Stephen King loved it, so it must be good. And I thought it was one of the better films that I've watched this year. So out of 10, I'll give this one a 9. 9 out of 10. A really unique production. It was just the ending let it down a bit. So what did you think, Bones? Did you like it? I thought it was excellent, Phil. I love the 70s clothes that they wore. It's almost as bad as your bookers. Okay, everybody, bye. Like, subscribe and share. Bye.
I like this show myself.